Morrison Podcast.
Ένας μάγκας στα σαλόνια. Τώρα μωράκι σε λέγα.
Λοιπόν, ναι. Καλησπέρα και χρόνια σας πολλά, κυρίες και κύριοι. Ο Μαλάκη. Διμένη, παρακαλώ, το τρίτο.
Hey everybody, we're down here, Dead Bloated Studio. How's everybody doing out there?
All right, so now, let me ask you something, Tim. There's been a lot of crazy things going on in the music business lately. It's a little bit disturbing.
It's been, in the music world over here, stateside, worldwide, yes, it's been quite disruptive. There's been some events unfolding. We've lost some musicians to death. Other musicians have been convicted of heinous fucking acts.
In particular, we wanted to talk about As I Lay Dying and the Lost Prophets. What I wanted to do with this show was to bring on an expert.
An expert?
Someone who could get to the truth of some of these accusations, some of the charges, some of the details of these cases. This is a guy who goes by the name of Sherlock Hoffman. Sherlock, tell everybody who you are and why we would talk to you.
Okay, well, I'm pretty much the only self-appointed head of Operation Pinball Wizard, and I'm a PhD in criminology, and I specialise in metal criminology, so I can get straight into these guys' heads.
Now, see,
Can you just elaborate on
metal
metal?
metal criminology?
Metal criminology.
Yes,
What is that?
You have our ear.
Okay, well, my main focus is on black metal, like Norway and the UK sort of, black metal scenes.
So it's not metal like as in stabbing somebody with a fucking knife, right? It's not metal like that. It's metal like metal. Norwegian metal.
He means, Yeah,
I didn't know, our listeners might think metal as in like maybe, what a blade does when it sticks into somebody is there are fingerprints from such different types of metal. So we just need to decipher that and the public knows exactly what we're talking about.
This is metal, this is black metal, this is death metal. This isn't forensics, man.
Excellent. Fucking A.
And now this is metal criminology?
Yeah.
Now this is a whole new thing. Now you can take classes on this now?
Hopefully I'm going to teach you.
You're going to teach the audience right now. All right, let's get to this now.
Let's get down to it.
Now we're going to start with As I Lay Dying now. This guy who goes by the name, is it Tim Lambesis? How do you pronounce this?
I thought it was a silent B.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go with Tim for the...
Tim?
Yeah,
okay,
that'll
right.
be great.
Okay. So now what are the details of this case now, Sherlock?
All right, well, we've got a guy who claims his estranged wife is making it difficult to see his kids. So, any guy would be under stress at this, yeah?
Yeah,
Yes,
definitely. And it's to my knowledge, these kids are adopted. Is that correct?
By all accounts, yeah. That's what I've picked up through various reports. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, but the best part about this case is, As I Lay Dying, they're a Christian band.
Yes,
that is probably what captured the media's attention on
and
this.
they just weren't like a Christian band. When it came, my years in Blood Simple, my years with VOD, these guys were like the front runners, the heavyweights of Christian metal when they just first broke onto the scene back in, I don't know, 05, 07 or something like that, where I first started hearing about them. And these guys were big fucking, big brawlers. They brought big crowds to their fucking shows. These weren't small-time fucking band.
Oh, God, yeah. These guys are multi-million selling,
So they are. I've heard of them now, but I've never actually heard an As I Lay Dying song, so I couldn't tell you how big they were. I've never seen a show. So when I heard that his bail was set at, how much was it, Sherlock?
$2 million.
It started out at 3, but his lawyer lowered it to 2.
To 2, and he was actually able, I'm sure with the help of a bail bondsman, he was actually able to cover the $2 million, which surprised me.
Yes, very surprising.
He was. Handing over $2 million like that, it's completely out of my league. But if you're a multi-million selling singer in a Christian metal band, obviously, look at all the captive audience you got.
Now
you should be able to cover $2 million with that.
Now let's go back and focus on the Christian metal part. Now, again, I know the band. I've toured with them. However, I never really met the singer. I hung out with a couple of the other guys in the band on, we did a bunch of Euro festivals together, and they were really cool guys. Now, how far did they take this Christian stuff? Were they like die-hard Christian, like church fucking meetings at tour and shit like that?
To be honest, apart from, like the lyrics, which were pretty excessively, like worshipful and, come sit at church. You hear a lot more about like Tim for bodybuilding and like that bloody stupid Arnold Schwarzenegger project.
What the fuck? What?
Now, what is this other bodybuilding project?
This was one of the reasons that he's did what he did. I mean, apparently it's his lawyer was arguing that he did this because his mind was messed up through.
All right, so
roid rage.
let's rewind for a minute now. Let's get what is the charge against him?
What is the charge? What is it exactly?
The charge is he was conspiring to have a person killed.
That person being his ex-wife, not his current wife. Were they divorced?
No, it's his ex-wife.
Oh, so they were divorced.
Well, they're not completely divorced yet, but they are separated.
And from what I saw, it seemed to be a very cheap price to have his wife killed. It was only a transaction of what, $1,000?
I think that was
That's 650 quid over here. So
Yeah,
That's
to have your wife killed, that seems like a bargain.
That seems like a bargain, and that might buy you a fucking sloppy job too. To get somebody whacked, as we say here in Brooklyn. You're gonna probably have to put down, if you want a clean job, you're probably gonna have to put down more money than that.
So now, Sherlock? Now, what is his defense? How is he trying to get off now?
Okay, well, his defense is simple. He's abuses steroids. Well, abuses. Uses whatever is synonymous to me. And apparently they've messed with his mind to the point where he's thinking irrationally. He mentioned to a guy in a gym that he wanted to get his wife offed. And
wait, stop. What do you mean offed? You gotta clarify that for us and the listeners out there. We got a lot of listeners. Offed, you mean whacked, killed, right?
Yeah, totally, yeah.
Okay.
I'll try and stick with whacked.
Whacked. Was there any details? Was there any method that he requested how she be killed or where?
Not that I've read. I personally think that's irrelevant.
All right, you're the professional.
Well,
Go ahead.
Irrelevant to the professionals, but to the people interested in the case, it's actually very interesting.
I heard there was possibly a security code given out to her apartment complex to get in. Did you hear anything about that over there across the pond?
No, man. We've had only the very basics in information. I mean,
now, Sherlock, in your professional opinion, do you think this steroid defense can hold up in court?
I don't know. What do you think? What do you got?
You look at other famous sort of steroid cases. I mean, the big one is Chris Benoit.
Chris Benoit, exactly.
Right. So, I mean, that was ended up a murder-suicide. So you're looking at a slightly different angle, but it may lead to a sort of a defense of diminished responsibility.
Wait, whoa, again, can you break that down for us there, Hoffman?
Okay. Well, it may be decided in court that he wasn't in complete control of his actions.
Now, does he have some real, I don't, being that this is your field, is this some star-studded lawyer who can actually pull off a fucking defense like that? Do you think that's really going to hold up, that he really wasn't in control of his thinking?
I've heard worse defenses, and
true. I think that if he could afford a $2 million bail, he's probably got a pretty goddamn good lawyer too.
Yeah.
But in my research on this subject of steroids, and I've seen a documentary called Bigger, Faster, Stronger, where they claim that steroids have been vilified. They do not have that kind of effect on your emotions, and if you're a jerk, you're just a jerk.
So now, do you think something like that will come out in a court of law? Will they pull out a defendant on the prosecution side that says that just won't hold up?
Well, Yeah, obviously. I mean, somebody's going. I mean, they would try and tear that defense to shreds.
'Cause from what I heard about Chris Benoit, also was that there was a lot of traumatic brain injury included in his steroid abuse. He had taken. I mean, we've all seen footage of the shots that guy's taken in the ring.
Fucking clobbered.
So, I mean, do you think with this Tim Lambesis